Good morning, pop culture. We are live. It is Friday. Woo! December 7th, 2018. It's 8:24 a.m. and it's time to start Good Morning Pop Culture. So, for those out there wondering why we're a little late today, well, we had the podcast last night. I did the midnight release and I even streamed Smash Brothers for a little bit. So I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep, had to go out, get something to eat, but now I'm back, and it's perfect timing because I've already seen the Avengers Endgame trailer, and we're going to talk about it really, really soon. All we got to do is hit our magical number of 200, and we'll start, because normally I want to talk about, oh, how is this, and this was that in the build-up, but I really, really, really want to talk about the movie that I've been waiting for the better part of a year. That's almost here. We got to get through the Captain Marvel speed bump, but this show is more than just an Avengers reaction. We're going to be talking about the Kevin Hart situation. We're going to be talking about James Bond 25 news, and we're going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. And a couple other fun things that I'd like to do here on the channel. For those that keep asking about the Sargon of Akkad thing, I don't know too much of the context, but we have been getting tweets about people saying they're canceling Patreon to prove a message. And while it's good that you have beliefs and you want to stick with your convictions, remember, when you do that, you don't hurt Patreon, you hurt the people that you like to support on Patreon. Because unlike YouTube, Patreon takes a very small percentage, only 10% of what you get. So if you give me $5 a month and you get access to all the exclusive digital content, all you do is cut Patreon off from 50 cents. Now, I get it. That's the message you want to send. But just take that into account. While you can be angry over the Sargon thing and all that stuff, no matter who you cancel your Patreon's subscription to, you only hurt the creator. So I don't know the Sargon thing. I'm not defending Patreon. I'm not defending Sargon. I don't know what's going on. If I'm going to be completely honest, I haven't watched Sargon of Akkad in quite a while because I've been busy with my own content, and I don't really know much about European politics. So I haven't watched anything from him. It sucks that he's going to lose his money and all that stuff. But like I said, I really don't know the story. All internet drama, while I'm glad to talk to you guys about almost anything you want, I don't keep up on the internet drama. That is not my forte. If you guys want to talk about that, I'm sure the Quartering will have a video. He'll be a very good judge of the situation because he follows a lot of internet drama. That is his cup of tea. We focus more on entertainment. We talk about real celebrities and stuff like that. We like to poke fun of them. We like to discuss movies and all that stuff. But that is all I really can say about the situation. I'm not up on it. So I'm sorry if you guys are angered at that. That's all I can really say. Is there an alternative to Patreon? Super chats, or we have I guess we have PayPal technically, but remember PayPal takes it doesn't really matter. We have PayPal. I can give that out if that's an alternative people want. I got Streamlabs installed, and I'm trying to figure out all the different options it has. It's so feature rich that I'm almost lost. Superfan Adam Shawhan, man, I am sorry to hear about your cat. Or the cat that you lost. Believe me, we gave away a dog in 1996, and my mom still cries about it. So we only had the dog for roughly a year. Max, our Cocker Spaniel. Good, cute little dog. Don't have any pictures of him. But believe me, I understand that the loss of a pet can be pretty rough. I sympathize with you, man. I'm glad you had some fun watching me play Smash Brothers. For those out there, I'm going to do some more of it. We went at midnight. We did our stuff. It's a great game. And if you have a Switch, go out and get it. You're going to love it. And if you want, while we talked about leaving Patreon, if you are a patron, we're going to make our Nintendo code available to patrons, and you can join us for some online gaming sessions. And we'll have some fun. Mecha Random 42, she's going to be playing with me soon. We'll have Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. We're just going to do a Fandom Menace Nintendo community, and we want you guys to join us. Ethan opened up the party line the other night for everyone to join in on the High Council. It kind of was a mess because we didn't know what we were going to cover. But with Smash Brothers, we have all kinds of things to talk about, and we'll have the voice chat and all that stuff open as well. So you guys can join us for some fun, because we always want to engage. We always want to have fun. We always want to make world-class bullshitters the greatest online community possible. So how do we do that? We always give you new options, but we never get rid of the old options either. We're like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Well, you want to play as brand new characters, great, but you also want to play as Solid Snake from the 2 games ago, even better, he's in the game as well. So now we're past 200 viewers on the screen, and it's time to start talking about the Avengers trailer. So let's see if I can pull up a decent visual aid, because you guys are going to be surprised what I actually have to say about this trailer. Yeah, believe me, I'm going to let you sit with that for a minute. And that's all I can say. You have to sit there for a minute and wait to hear what I think. So that's a good image because it's from the new movie. And let's see. I think this is a record for us getting to start on the main topic of the day. So the Avengers trailer 4 prepares for the emotional end. I'm not reading this article. I'm giving you my straight up thoughts. Now, for those out there that are going to listen to this, because I am going to cut this down to a small bite-sized portion, or a small bite-sized portion of a review for this trailer. So I've been a Marvel fan my whole life. Have they been perfect the whole time? Hell no. Remember, I grew up during the whole clone saga of Spider-Man, the entire run of bad X-Men, the bankruptcy years, all that stuff. I've been with Marvel through the good, the currently bad, but I've been entertained by their movies for the most part. And in the MCU, I've been massively entertained. That is why it surprises me to tell you that I thought this trailer was very forgettable. Was it a bad trailer? It wasn't a great trailer. I understand that they're not going to show very much, but I felt like they showed not enough for this film. I wasn't angered. I didn't find the trailer as offensively bad as I found the first Captain Marvel trailer. And I also didn't find this trailer as laughably dumb as the second Captain Marvel trailer. Now, with that being said, I don't hold Black Panther. I'm looking at the Blu-ray, excuse me. I don't hold Captain Marvel to a different standard than Avengers in terms of I expect it to be better. I expect the Avengers to be literally the biggest movie of next year, to blow Star Wars out of the water. It is Marvel's Endgame. So I have really high expectations for this film. The trailer looked okay. I want to like it more than I actually do. I know that's surprising for me to say that, but I don't have any emotion. Like, I don't like Age of Ultron that much in hindsight, but my God, did the second trailer, or that trailer, get me pumped. I was like, oh man, Ultron, no strings on me. This is cool. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm already bought in to this. The only big thing they really showed, here's what I picked up from the trailer. First off, Captain America is wearing his Winter Soldier costume at one point, which is awesome. Scarlett Johansson's character, here's one thing I don't think they're showing in the trailer, and that's the time travel element. I believe this is just a teaser. The only reason I say that is because there were behind-the-scenes continuity photos leaked, and this is just based off my memory, but I'm pretty sure that Scarlett Johansson had multiple different hair colors in one film, where she's more blonde in the beginning, like in the trailer, and then she has one that's more red with blonde tips, meaning her hair grew out. So I'm thinking this is going to be over a longer period of time. But the one thing I'm very happy about is I feel like we're going to get the thing I've been complaining to Dion about the most, and that's the aftermath of the decimation, or the Thanos snap, which has been called by fans for the better part of a year. I want to see how the Earth handles losing 50% of its population. I wanted to see, a half-empty New York. I wanted to see a half-empty Chicago or Wakanda, or all these places that have been affected. I think we're going to get that in the film, which is, very exciting and leaves me very hopeful. I don't think that this trailer changes my perception or interest in the film. It's still the film I'm most excited to see next year, but I'm not hyped up. The hype machine hasn't been amped up to number 11. And believe me, I want to tell you guys, it was so great. Did you see Jeremy Renner as Ronan and all this shit? Look, I liked the trailer enough, but disappointment would be, put it like this. I was more disappointed in Halloween than I was this trailer, but my expectations were so high and they really weren't met. I feel like they're purposely, stringing us along. Now, do I think that the trailer could be intentionally bad to make the Captain Marvel trailer look better? No, not at all. I don't think that's Marvel's endgame. No pun intended, excuse me. I don't think that's Marvel's plan. I think that Marvel wants everyone to be excited for this movie as well as Captain Marvel. Shano Cyber9 Avila, thank you very much. He says, yes, shut up and take my money. All of it. Hey, like I said with everything, if you guys are pumped for this trailer, for any trailer, Captain Marvel, the next Star Wars movie, if you genuinely are excited, do not let my take bring down your excitement. Go have fun with the trailer, discuss it with me. I'd love to have the discussion. I just want to be pumped. Like, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to watch it again and I'll tell you what I think, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to not be happy and pleased. I just, I expect more, or I expected more, is all I can say. I'm going to rewatch it again. So, the best part of the trailer is the Tony Stark stuff. I really genuinely loved that. I loved how we're going to see him coming back with Nebula from Titan all the way back to Earth. He's low on supplies. He's out of food and water. He's going to die. And I love the message he sends to Pepper Potts. Emotionally, they get that right. Visually, this looks cool. The space stuff in the Marvels looks better than the space stuff in Star Wars. Star Wars is just a black and white starfield, which I guess classically they want to mimic that. But by the same accord, the purples and the blues and the reds in space for Marvel movies look fantastic. And, Tony Stark is sitting on the Guardian ship. It makes sense. What is that? The Alyssa Milano ship. And again, Robert Downey Jr., there's a reason he makes $50 million for one of these films. He definitely brings his A game every time. So I'm always impressed by him. I'm very, very satisfied with him. I'm satisfied with all the actors. I like the imagery of Thanos' armor on a cross. We see Thanos walking through, I guess, a nice, lush forest. Avengers compound is still standing. That's one thing I like, too, is that the whole world is not, like, in ruin. From what we see, it's just like, half the people are gone. I guess we got to alter how we do it. I guess what I wanted, as I look at this trailer and the emotional stuff, maybe I wanted one idea of a bigger action scene, a bigger picture. So she's going to go to Japan to find Hawkeye. Cool. Like I said, he's got his Winter Soldier suit. And I loved the ending of it where he talks about it has to work because I have nothing else planned. I guess the more I watch it and talk about it, I wasn't really... I was satisfied, I guess is a much better way as I'm watching it right now again. Satisfaction is, I guess, what I'm feeling, but not hype. I am excited for it enough in the same way that I was an hour ago while I was dealing with, getting gas and something else. Now, the Ant-Man stuff was cool. I'm excited for that. I think there's going to be a lot of humor from Ant-Man, and, say what you will about him. Paul Rudd's fantastic. I love Paul Rudd in almost anything he's in. He seems like the most likable man in Hollywood, and he brings a lot of fun to this movie, which is out in April. So, the hype level was not reached. Satisfaction, fine. It's like, I've had better meals from a restaurant, but this one was still pretty good. And I'm not going to complain. I'm still going to tip my waiter, 15 to 20%. I'm happy enough, if that makes sense. But overall, I'm just not like, yes, can it be May now? I'm interested to see how people take this trailer. I'm just giving you my honest to God feelings about it. Just like I said, I got to be honest with everything I do here on the channel, on the show. Cool. Grendel Fan 84, thank you very much. Morning from Comics Elite. Rumor is that it takes place 5 years after the snap, according to the title, or according to the tie-in books. Oh, man. Okay, now I want to read the tie-in book, because I've never read a Marvel tie-in book. But because this is the end, and because, I do care, I guess I should read it. But 5 years later, it'll be interesting as long as they cover, the gap. They don't just all of a sudden go, oh, here it is. So, thank you very much. So, Grendel Fan 84, I'm going to check that out. Let's see. Michael McLaughlin says, I think they're showing chunks from Act 1. I think all they're showing is chunks from Act 1. Oh, sorry. I got to get the Chain of Cyber 9 Avila first. His popped up first. Sorry, Chain of Cyber 9 Avila. First Mortal Kombat 11, then Avengers Endgame. Don't worry, Chain of Cyber 9 Avila. I'm going to be talking about the Mortal Kombat trailer later. I did look into all the video game award news because everyone asked. So I do what you guys ask, and I checked it out. Michael McLaughlin says, I think they're showing chunks from Act 1. Yeah, it feels like it. I don't feel too hasty, or I don't feel like I was too hasty in saying I wasn't that satisfied or I wasn't that excited with the trailer. Satisfaction, it's good enough. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that statement. I feel like that. And I want to be surprised, though. It's a double-edged sword. Do I complain that the trailer didn't show enough, or did it not show too much? I mean, we're all in there for the branding of the Avengers. I don't think that it's a problem for people to just go, oh, the Avengers, it's got a certain level of thing. The Avengers brand has not, lent itself to being disappointing yet. I do love that hundreds of people have left because I didn't tell them it was the greatest trailer ever made, though. So I guess Thanos snapped them all away from this stream. But that's cool. I just got to live with it myself. So Dayton Pfeiffer, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing this film, but I'm concerned that Captain Marvel is going to steal the spotlight from the rest of the heroes once she shows up. I think that's a lot of people's concerns. Are they going to make Captain Marvel the main event star? Is she going to be the Roman Reigns? Is she just going to all of a sudden, take over for Iron Man's role? I hope not. Plus, Iron Man's going to be out in space, possibly dead, possibly. It's nice that there's so many hypotheticals and possibilities. Unlike Star Wars Episode 9, where it's like, well, this is where it ends. Oh, okay. Well, that was kind of a disappointment. There are so many open possibilities for Avengers Endgame, which I got to stop calling it Infinity War Chapter 2 or Part 2. I've been calling it that for months and months. It's Avengers Endgame. They have called it, I think one of the websites, like Joe Blow or somebody, called it months ago. It's a fine title. Let me know what you guys think of the title. It'd be nice if it was the final Avengers film. If there was never another Avengers film, I think I'd be okay with that. Marvel, it's weird. The other day I was looking at these Marvel True Believer reprints for the Fantastic Four. They're like $1 a piece. And I'm thinking to myself, what is old becomes new again. And Fantastic Four, I think, will become new again. We'll have a rebirth of early MCU or early Marvel comics brought to the MCU in a much similar fashion. So maybe we'll see a young Spider-Man team up with the Human Torch type of thing. And we'll see generational clashes and what it means to be a teenager. That could be interesting. But Dayton Pfeiffer, no Captain Marvel in this trailer was smart. The Russo brothers have directed, 3 Marvel flicks now? 2 Caps and an Avengers, and I've been satisfied. So I guess I should put my faith and trust in them. But overall, the trailer was just like, fine. People think it was purposely bad, better than Captain Lantern. The thumbnail gives me goosebumps. Some people like it. Thunder Robots, thank you. Or sorry, MW77, thank you very much. Why not bring Abomination back? Maybe he'll be in the movie. Who knows? Give the Hulk something else to do. The Hulk really was... I don't know if the Hulk was kind of cucked out in Avengers Infinity War, but he didn't do too much. I mean, Mark Ruffalo's fine. I'm like, yeah, Mark Ruffalo, huh? But at the same time, I prefer the Hulk action. That scene from Age of Ultron was a lot of fun. That scene from, whatchamacallit, the first Avengers, where he fights the giant Chitauri space worm, was a lot of fun. I want some of that back. I hope that the tone is serious yet fun. Kind of like how The Empire Strikes Back was able to handle that and juggle that well. Barring the end, the movie didn't have this dark tone. It just kind of ended on a dour note. But they were able to make jokes. Some of the best jokes from Star Wars are in The Empire Strikes Back. I hope Avengers is able to deal with that, not overly joke it up, but let you know, like, oh, okay, we're back. Things are gonna be different this time, but we're back. Let's see. Where else are we at? Thunder Robots, thank you very much. Better opportunity for Tony to become a Skrull. Oh, we're back to the Skrull talk. Okay. I dig the Skrull talk. I know that's going to be a common theme on this channel for the next, 4 months? I'm happy with that. I'd love to have that discussion. Shit, we might do a live stream about Secret Invasion to fill those in who don't know what or who the Skrulls are, what Secret Invasion is, what Marvel could be referencing. Mr. V, thank you very much. This is a teaser. It didn't show much, and I'm fine with that. I do hope the first trailer will be some next level shit. Yeah, I do too. I'm really hoping that it's some next level shit. I want to be blown away. I want to go to the movie theater and go like I was with Infinity War and go, oh, That was great. We'll see. Let's see, Jeff, did you expect this as a title? I had read about it online, so it was already in my mind. To tell you, oh, no, I had no clue, or, oh, yeah, I thought it was going to be it the whole time, would be disingenuous on both ends. I've heard it, I read it, so it was kind of in there already. So I'm just waiting. Okay, so some people are saying it's boring. The Russos are overrated. They were supposed to be the episode 9 trailer this month. Oh, geez. I talked about that on Good Morning Pop Culture on Wednesday. We'll see. I mean, this trailer, Captain Marvel's trailer, all this other stuff, there's just so much coming out. It's so dense, like Rick McCallum would say. Certain things are gonna get lost in the shuffle. And I think while the Avengers is the bigger brand, has the better track record, just based on what you see, it could get lost in the Star Wars hype and all that stuff. But we'll never know. Good morning to Clone Commander Cody. Or Clone Commander Jeremy, excuse me. People are already mad about episode 9. A Spider-Man trailer comes out tomorrow on a Saturday. That'd be kind of weird. Oh, man, if they do have a Spider-Man trailer, I guess we'll have to cover it. Oh, no, woe is me. We get to talk about Marvel Comics movies. Godzilla is coming too. Jeez. Whew. We should just have a well, Grace Randolph has the trailer show, so she's got that in the bag already. But we will see where this goes. I'm really just curious more what you guys think. The Ronin stuff was neat, but we didn't see any of the action. We saw the aftermath, so we know the big reveal. I mean, is that something that you wanted spoiled in the trailer? Was that even something that would have hooked people or interested people? Who's this new masked Avenger? Probably not, because the Russo brothers, Marvel, and Disney are smart enough to know that with the internet, people can identify a character. They can link you to the Wikipedia page, and you'll know all about the character, every issue they appeared in, who wrote it, who drew it, and what the next phase of the character is in 5 minutes. So I guess that isn't a twist that you need to keep hooked. But some of the imagery was cool. It's good to see Thanos back. We didn't see his face. We saw his hand with the gauntlet. So that was, interesting. I wonder if that's going to be more of a dream or what, because Thanos had that vision. What did it cost you? Everything and all that shit. And then he looks out on his domain. Maybe he gets bored. We know that Ant-Man 2 or Ant-Man and the Wasp and the quantum realm will play a big factor in how to get back or how to get places, because while Ant-Man 2 is mostly useless, and I still like the movie, but it really didn't add too much to the MCU itself outside of Evangeline Lilly fighting and Michelle Pfeiffer coming back from the dead, essentially. It was the quantum realm stuff, and I liked that, but that's all there was from that movie. Mike Zero's already seen Avengers 4. He loves it, but still wants 500 likes per video. Hell, I want 500 likes per video. We had a bunch of people watching a minute ago. We were at 500 viewers, so maybe the Tony scene was at the end of the movie. What a twist. Iron Man just dies alone in space. You know what? That'll probably be the end. The trailer or the transmission will be received from Earth. Captain Marvel will fly up into space and bring him back. And then she'll, I don't know, we'll have a tearful reunion with Tony and Pepper. But Steve dies. Captain America will die in this film. That is my guess. People are wanting that. People on the chat say they want it to be the Last Jedi, so people wake up and smell that Marvel's shitty. If you're not enjoying the Marvel movies, hey, that's fine. You don't have to. Like I said, I've enjoyed them. I've had a lot of fun with them. I want this one to be great. If it's terrible, I will tell you. I will be heartbroken to tell you, but I'll tell you. Cineverath653 says the new Godzilla trailer will be online Monday morning. Ooh. Well, on Monday morning for Good Morning Pop Culture, expect us to be talking about that. Hopefully it drops before the show, so I have plenty of time to check it out. Live reactions are fine. They're fun. But I don't necessarily like to watch the trailer, listen to it, and then tell you what my thoughts are. To try to watch it and go, ooh, ah. See, I hate reaction videos, like actual ones where like two dickheads sit in front of a webcam and go, oh my God, did you see Jeremy Renner's haircut? Like, that's not entertainment to me, and that's not entertainment I want to produce. Like, if you want me to scream like that like an asshole, I will, but we better get 45 million video views or something on it, because I'm not going to do that to myself. But I will be looking forward to that Godzilla trailer. I like Godzilla like you guys do. Maybe not like as dedicated, but I enjoy it. If I was hanging out and we weren't doing much, he said, "Hey man, let's watch a Godzilla movie and have some beers." Okay, teach me about Godzilla. I'm ready to watch it. And there we go. So thank you very much. Chris Wicks. Good morning, Jeff. What act do you think the dead Avengers will turn up in the movie? Thanks for backing up a bit. Thanks for backing up after a big night with WCBS 150 and Smash. Well, thank you, Chris Wicks, for that nice compliment. Yeah, I'm really, really tired right now, but whatever. We got a show to do, and there's a lot to talk about with this Avengers trailer with Bond and all that stuff. So what act do I think the dead Avengers will turn up in? End of 2, into 3 for this big final battle, the Endgame battle with Thanos. So when Thanos snapped people out of existence, could he bring people back too? Could he have brought back Proxima Midnight and all those people that have died? We'll see. Or will he have new minions? Will Marvel have acquired the rights to more characters when we get to Endgame? That'll be interesting to see. I mean, you've heard me complain about Deadpool in the MCU and, X-Men being ruined and all that stuff. Believe me, I have those thoughts and feelings, but I wouldn't mind some surprise characters in a Marvel movie that are like, oh man, now the Skrulls would be the new thing for Captain Marvel. I don't know. Oh my God, it's MODOK or something weird. Like, does anyone know who MODOK is? If you don't, let me show you a picture of him. So MODOK is a really ugly comic book character, and it's an acronym for something. I have no clue. Where's MODOK at? Here we go. Gotta love you some MODOK, said no one ever. He's an ugly little spud, but some people love him. So this is MODOK. I would be happy if MODOK popped up, or it's just something weird and different. Let's see. Grand Inquisitor says, I'm tardy to the party. Jeff, what I missed? Well, I was talking about the Avengers Endgame trailer and how initially I said I was disappointed. Then I watched it again live with you guys, and I thought, it's adequate. Whatever I said. It's not as disappointing as Halloween was for me in terms of that. But basically, it lets me know that it exists. It gives me something to talk about, but it's not enough for me to go, oh my God, I'm literally shaking for this movie. I mean, it doesn't play into the narrative, I guess, so that's why lots of people left. But hey, that's what happens. Well, Iron Man from 95 is a terrible cartoon. It has a terrible theme song. The first theme song's bad. The one that's I Am Iron Man, where he's sitting there in the foundry beating the armor, and it's like, ding, ding. It's pretty cool. That was one of my earliest introductions to Iron Man. I think my first introduction to the character of Iron Man was probably the Avengers arcade game that appeared on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. And then I knew the character, just didn't like him that much. I mean, our Iron Man was a third-rate character up until the movie, and now he's the A-list, the top of the A-list. Swinging Cod, thank you very much. Barton family got snapped out. Ronin, or guaranteed. That's cool. I think that's a cool theory. It's a guarantee on your end, though, so it's more than a theory. It's a game theory. No, I digress. I'm sorry. We'll probably see that happen. I'm wondering how much of a Return of the Jedi happy ending we're going to get. If you want to make the Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi parallel between the Star Wars movies, well, obviously because they are Star Wars movies, and the Marvel movies, I feel like you got part of Empire Strikes Back in Infinity War, and then you're going to get an Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi all in one movie with the Infinity War or Endgame trailer. Well, we'll see. I know this movie has been rumored to be the longest Marvel film, so there's going to be a lot of meat on this bone. And in April, I think we'll all be satisfied with it. I mean, I'm not changing my how do I want to say this? I'm not changing my projection for that I'm going to like this movie. But I don't think as I said, I just don't think this teaser trailer delivered. That's it. That's all it is. Let's see. Tony is going to retire. Cap's going to die, and there will be new Avengers. How am I feeling about Aquaman? Good. I'm going to go see it eventually. I don't know when. I might have Dion wait, and we'll go see it when I go up to visit for New Year's. I'm interested to see Aquaman, not more than I am this movie, Avengers Endgame, but I am interested in Aquaman, and I hope it's great. I hope Avengers is great. I want all these movies to be great. Even Captain Marvel, I want that to be great too. So it's 3 hours long as of right now. The 3 hour movie. Like I said, if it's 3 hours long, cool. It's a lot of meat on the bone. I'll be there. I'll watch it. We'll review it. We'll talk about it. All that stuff. That's all I can say. Why is everyone in this chat so cynical and just bashing the MCU and Avengers 4? Tyler, I guess you're new to the channel. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters. People are hesitant because we've all been really excited for Star Wars, and we saw what happened. And Marvel really flipped the woke switch, or Disney's flipped the woke switch recently. So we just don't want it to happen to Marvel. I'd say everyone's cautiously optimistic at best. Endgame ending theory. Team returns to Wakanda with the Snap being resurrected while Rain claims the fires in Wakanda set to Toto's Africa. I'm cool with that. I love that so much. I love that song so much. We're cynical because we're realistic. Cool. I don't really know what else to say about this Avengers trailer. We're going to move on. This show is probably going to be shorter today because, like I said, I'm burnt out from this week. A lot of shit been going on. So let's move on because I have no more energy to talk about Avengers. Maybe I'll just, you know what? This won't be. Normally, I like to take a snippet of Good Morning Pop Culture and put it on the on the YouTube, but I won't. I'll just make a new reaction and talk about it when I have more sleep, when it's more thought out. That is the beauty of live radio. Chewbacca fan 082 for the version. Captain Marvel will be the best leader of Avengers. Sure, and the El Camino is the greatest car ever. Actually, the El Camino is kind of cool. Fine. The Pinto is the most reliable car in American history. You see how that works? It can go both ways. It can go both ways. So, if anybody else wants to talk about Avengers, just keep putting it in the chat. That's fine. If I catch it, I catch it. If you send it as a super chat, I'll read it. But some new information came out from the 25th James Bond movie. So our friend Leah Seydoux, a.k.a. Madeline Swan, Dr. Madeline Swan, will be back in the next James Bond movie. So we will see James Bond's soon-to-be wife probably take a bullet, just like she did way back in On Her Majesty's Secret Service in 1969. And that is going to be cool, but it's a rehash/remake imagining of another James Bond movie. And I'm not cool with that. You know, people want to think, oh, On Her Majesty's Secret Service needs to be remade because there was no Sean Connery and Daniel Craig's the best James Bond, therefore this will be the best Bond movie. No, you can't capture that magic, that excitement, that hype, that fun of 1969 British cinema. Am I interested in Bond 25? Yeah, I'll be there day one, February 2020. You can't keep me away. But by that same accord, I don't find this news to be exciting or disappointing. Like, they ride off in the last movie in the car, and that's about it. Grendel 84, thank you very much. I'm willing to bet the quantum realm is the key. Probably will be. Ant-Man is literally a key. They use his helmet and they open a lock or something. God, there's so many possibilities. I should try to see if Dion. Hold on, Kendo, are you like at home or are you on your way to work? Because I know you're in the chat. Because if you are, you know what? I'm going to send you the link. You should join me right now. I'm going to tag you in. I need some help. We'll make this show great again. No man is an island, and no man can operate on 3 hours of sleep and try to give the best pop culture show ever. Okay, so Kendo, there you go. Join me in the avant-garde of a new aesthetic. All right, cool. So Kendo's going to join us for Good Morning Pop Culture. That way we'll have another voice to join us and talk about this Avengers trailer a little bit more. So while we wait for Kendo to pop in, Daniel Craig is okay as James Bond, but not the best. He's passable. I put him towards the bottom. I still like Roger Moore slightly more. No pun intended. The trailer's out. You guys need to check it out. It's on YouTube. It's got, probably 20 million views already. It was on Good Morning America. I watched Good Morning America for a couple of minutes to make sure that the trailer wasn't going to drop there. And my God, did I did I have to hear some bullshit from Jennifer Aniston? We make fun of entertainment and stuff. It's very justified. It's like you hear Jennifer Aniston talk about this and that, and I'm just like, I don't care. You're great on Friends, and that's not even great on Friends. You're just there. What about the Mandela effect? Let's see. If there's Kendo, is there also Barbie dough? Well, yes, there is. She's just not, hanging out with us on the show this morning. Yeah, we'll be streaming. Don't worry. I'm not going to be off the stream anytime soon. There's a full show we have to do this morning. Believe me. You guys want it? I'll give it to you. Ooh, The Rock's going to go into the Hall of Fame. That's a topic we'll discuss. All right, Dion just got Super Smash Brothers 2. Why am I giving you guys personal updates like you give a shit? That's all I can say. Why do I think you guys care? I had a whole bunch of news pulled up this morning. So let's see. Did I see Ronan, like the movie Ronan or the character in the Avengers trailer? Because the answer for both is yes. I did see the movie Ronan, which was great with Robert De Niro and Jean Reno, but I also did see Ronan in this trailer. I like Jeremy Renner. I think he's a fine actor. He's not the best in the MCU, but he's far from the worst. I don't know who I consider the worst MCU actor. Probably, God, this is tough. Martin Freeman. I know people like him, but I hate his character, Everett Ross. That's his name, right? Not Everett McGill. That's a real person. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Admiral Tiberius, thank you very much. Crazy theory. Thanos survives the movie, but he's broken. He's a broken shell of a man, and the Avengers are split on keeping him alive or killing him. Ooh, that could be interesting. That could be really interesting because there's that moral dilemma, the quandary. What do we do? How do we do it? Oh, don't worry. We're going to be talking about Kevin Hart, too, on the Oscars. But dude, I love that idea for the Avengers. It's kind of like the Dark Knight ending. You know how it's Batman has to sacrifice himself to make Dent look good so all the legislation can pass, and he'll take the blame for all these things. Maybe we'll have an Avengers moment like that. But is that how you really want to end the series? I'd say that would be the most mature way to end the series. I feel like they would have done something out of left field that we never saw coming. Like Lloyd Christmas says, I didn't even see it coming, man. Just straight up. I would not have seen that one coming. Like Thanos is there, beaten. It is useless to resist. Laying on his throne room pulpit or whatever the hell it's called. And he just lays there. And they take the gauntlet back to Asgard, Strange, or they arrest Thanos and put him in some mystical Doctor Strange style prison. That could be interesting too. Maybe he escapes one day. Maybe a new threat arises. Maybe Ultron's still out there. There's all these different possibilities. What up, Kendo?
Howdy.
So, tell the listeners what you thought of the Avengers trailer.
I thought it was really cool. It gave nothing really major away, which was, it's always nice when the first trailer does something like that. They don't give you the whole fucking movie. DC, Doomsday. It's cool because I know one of the thoughts was, what's Tony Stark? How the hell is he going to get home? Blah, 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 blah. Apparently he's not. He's floating around in space. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it adds to a little bit more of the, what's going to happen in the movie thing. It was cool to see Cap just kind of, carrying on with the whole, geez, we got our asses kicked. What are we going to do? And then one of the best parts was there was no Captain Marvel.
So Marvel and a Captain Marvel,
right? Sure. I was talking about Carl Mann.
Brie Larson.
Yeah, that
Brie
one.
Larson.
Yeah,
she stole the MCU.
Yeah, the cheese woman.
That's how I'll refer to her from now on.
Yeah, the cheese woman. So that was cool because with everything, all the build up to that, I expected there to be Cap, especially the apartments. Cap's I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna do. Blah 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 blah. All of a sudden, she walks in and be like, "I know how to take care of all this buzz." It'd be like, "Fuck, okay, there goes this movie." And then I don't know, just everything between the music and just the tone of the characters in the trailer and everything. It was just I don't know. I got a little chill, like little goosebump thing going on. Like, oh fuck, here we go. And then Ant-Man shows up at the end because Paul Rudd's great, and I love you, Paul Rudd. I hope you're listening.
I wish I had. It just boils down to me being tired of shit, you know. But whatever. Like I said, folks, do not lose your excitement for based on what I say, and don't feel obligated to be excited if you're not. That's fine. You don't have to feel one way or the other. Just feel how you want to feel. I will see this movie day one. We will do whatever number episode will be on. That'll be the Avengers Endgame review. Much like we did an Infinity War one, we will have an Endgame one. We will have all the build-up, all the videos, all the discussion, all the talking points that you guys want for this movie. Overall, like I said, I leave fine. If I'm on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you going to rate this trailer?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5. I give it a 6.5 or a 7. Not bad. I mean, like I said, I don't dislike this trailer at all, but I wasn't literally shaking like some NPC people do.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wasn't that far. I mean, it might have just been the morning wood, but it was, I don't know. I was just excited for it out because I'm just like pumped for this movie. And I think it's cool that it's called Endgame because all these people had all these ideas of like, oh, what's it going to be called? What's it going to be called? I think it's going to be called this. I think it's going to be called this. And it's called Endgame, a word that fucking Doctor Strange said in the last movie.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the Endgame now. Oh, well, there you go. There's the title of the next movie. Endgame.
Well, I lost my bet because I thought it was going to be called Avengers. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, but you know, I lost that. I'm willing to give you the $5. I promised you.
We made a bet on that.
Yeah, remember you, me, Nick, and Dion. And if Nick won, cool. If not, we throw him off a bridge.
That's fine. I mean, I was going to throw him off the bridge anyway, even if he did win. I mean, you say, hey, we're going to put him in a sack and throw him off the bridge for a laugh. I'm not going to say no to that.
Well, maybe we'll save that for Harrison Ford in the comic book.
Yeah, I mean, say, Nick knows how to swim. He got off Samoa somehow.
Great Inquisitor says, I still say you should do a Carl Manverse comic. Oh, if I could try to put something like that together in time for the movie, that'd be hilarious. By the way, people, the early bird certificates for those who backed Stealing Solo on Indiegogo have been ordered, and I'm waiting on them. And as soon as I get them, I will collate the stickers and ship those out. They will be there before Christmas if all goes well with the printing stickers, the printing labels. So there we go. So be on the lookout for that. Now, you don't have to hold it or cut it and send it to me to get your book. It's just a bonus thank you. And I found out about a few pieces of WCBS swag that we're going to be sending to you in the comic book. I talked to a couple people that print stuff. So it's looking like, hey, we have a certain... I'm going to treat it like Hasbro for a moment. You're thinking, oh, Jeff, you're going to ruin it like Star Wars toys? No, hear me out. Hasbro raised the price because oil went up. Oil went down and put more into their products. So for everyone that's backed the book, I'm going to put a little more stuff in your, I guess, your Christmas packet, like they would say in the UK. So be prepared for just a few bonus things as a thank you for all that you've done for the channel. But Carl Manver's the comic. I don't know. If somebody that can color at the speed of light, sure. If I had an inker, I could do way more comic stuff. But you draw it, you ink it. It takes a little while. It's probably 8 to 10 hours a page minimum.
Call Banky. He's a tracer.
You go around the line. You trace. Speaking of Banky and Kevin Smith, GrendelFan84 says, "Whoa, you didn't cry like Kevin Smith?"
No, we're men.
We're not in tights either.
That's right. Although if we were, we would roam around the forest looking for fights.
Fight around the world?
Yeah, that too.
I like to think that if Dion got into a fight with Russell Crowe, we would all back up Dion and sucker punch the shit out of Russell Crowe.
Well, naturally. I mean, if that's kind of how I'd see it going down. That's how I'd see it going down with any of us. If next thing you know, it's like, "Oi, I'm Russell Crowe," and he starts trying to fire on one of us. I'm thinking the rest of us are just going to jump his ass and beat shit out of him. and it'll be all over TMZ, and we'll get famous.
Nick just messaged me. Why am I getting thrown off a bridge? I said
because, yeah, say you lost the bet.
Admiral Tiberius has an interesting super chat. Jeff, Aquaman raked in 1.9 million its opening night on Thursday in China. Based on projections, it's going to be the biggest DC movie in China ever. Could you imagine, Kendo, living in a world where Aquaman does bigger numbers than Avengers?
I don't want to think about living in that world, but I mean, I don't see how it's feasible at all. I mean, the Aquaman movie looks like it could be a lot of fun. I fully intend on going to see it, but at no point do I think it should be bigger than Avengers. But goddamn, if it was, people would be running around fucking pitchforks just slinging them at each other and shit.
Yeah, fans would kill each other over the anger.
Yeah, it'd be like a bunch of Brick Tomlins running around killing people with tridents.
Brick killed a guy, lay low for a couple days. Oh man, did you hear about the Ron Burgundy podcast?
I did not.
Yeah, next year, Ron Burgundy or Will Ferrell's going to do a Ron Burgundy podcast. I don't think it was it about sports? I don't know exactly what the topics were, but I know it's coming out, and that your boy Jeff is going to go listen to it as soon as it comes out.
I mean, I'll give it a try. I know the first time I saw Anchorman, I hated it. I tried to watch it several times after that and hated it. The only time I ever actually liked Anchorman and started to enjoy it was when my buddy and I were sitting around drinking and it came on, and he was like, "Oh, dude, this is fucking great." So I watched it drunk with a friend, and it wasn't so bad. So, I mean, maybe it's actually not as bad as I thought it was. And then the second one, I could not stand that movie. It was like, God, this is awful.
I'm in the minority. I really like Anchorman too. But
I just don't like Will Ferrell.
That's okay. I don't want to see him in the MCU.
So there's talk of that.
Worry. Oh, you know what? Somebody posted an interesting point over on our Facebook page. I want to talk about this. It's about Avengers. How did Realm?
That's a very good question. I was actually wondering that myself there at the end, because when they show sitting there talking, and he's like, "Hey, remember me?" Blah 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 blah. I'm like, how the hell did he get out of the realm? Oh, maybe he's like sending this message from the quantum realm, and then she's like, he's at our front gate. It's like, wait a second, how does this work? So I don't know. Somehow he's gonna escape, and I don't know how.
That's okay. Now, when I think about certain things like that, now I'm kind of getting the excitement back. I don't know, man. 4 hours of sleep is not enough.
What if Carl Manpurse saves him? Fuck.
Here's my thing. If the shit she does in the movie is logical, I'm not going to complain one bit about it. Like, I liked how much Wonder Woman kicked Steppenwolf's ass in Justice League.
Yeah.
She beat the shit out of that dude. Not once did I go, I'm waiting for Superman to save the day because these people suck. No, I was fine with it. It's funny how people love to throw out the phrase, oh, when a woman has power, you get upset. No. When a woman has power, cool. Make sure she earns it and uses it the same way as the dudes. Because if it's just given, it really is. It can be anybody. Bucky or Spider-Man can get the power cosmic like he did in the comic books. If you gave that to Spider-Man in this movie and he randomly beat Thanos, I'd be pissed. And Spider-Man's my favorite superhero of all time. So it's not about a double standard with male and female. It's about logic and respecting the story. And for the most part, this trailer looks like it's going to respect the story. That's all I can say is we're seeing elements. We're seeing the thing I wanted the most, the thereafter. Right? What happened after Infinity War? Well, here you go. Watch. And it would be cool if the movie starts, I guess, would be a prologue of right after, and we get to see Earth destroyed and all this shit, maybe a 20-minute prologue, and then the movie starts 5 years later. That could be neat. I'm interested because remember, Banner is, I guess, the smartest mind left on the planet.
No.
Who's smarter?
The chick that runs Wakanda Tech.
Yeah, but she's only so smart. Banner has more experience.
Yeah, but she also made him look a dick when he was talking about the Vision Stone getting taken out of, Robot Boy's head. She's like, why didn't you just do this? Huh, white boy? Boom. Roasted. So she's way more brilliant than Banner. Yeah.
Well, maybe one of those armored rhinos ran over her after the Thanos snap. Because
I mean, we can only hope that was what happened, but I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Jeff, what if they found Thanos dead on the throne room from axe wounds? Ooh. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a totally different scenario. I did really like that visual in the trailer of the Thanos armor just kind of hanging there. You know,
well, wait,
as a scarecrow.
Apparently in the chat, Shuri dies. People are saying she got dusted. Half of Wakanda got snapped.
Well, I mean, half of Wakanda would have gotten snapped because half of everything got snapped, but they didn't show her, so I didn't know. I mean, hey, look, I said it during the commentary. The fucking dude that runs the mountain like snow gorilla tribe thing going on, he lived. I was happy with that because I fucking like that guy. He was cool.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters of that whole movie.
Oh yeah, he was cool as shit.
Like, if I'm gonna rank my favorite characters, I guess I'll put the Black Panther himself, even though he wasn't the most interesting. I like Black Panther as a character. Then probably the Snow Mountain guy, and then Michael B. Jordan because he had some compelling points. I hated the goat herder guy who was like the friend of T'Challa.
Yeah, Get Out.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of a dick, and he turned on his friend really quickly.
Yeah. Ricardo Guerra, thank you very much. Ant-Man is going to go into a time vortex that Janet Van Dyne warned him about out of the quantum realm.
I mean, I could live with that because you know how I feel about Ant-Man.
See, I feel the same way about the first Ant-Man as you do. Let's see. So we said go to the 1 minute 16 second mark, and we'll see that. Okay, 1 minute 15 16. There's a because they say here, and he's right there. Oh, he's missing. Shuri. Does that say missing? I can't really read that.
Oh, okay.
You know, it'd be a really cool idea for a comic book cover. Have you ever seen the like X-Men Days of Future Past book? It's Wolverine and Kitty Pryde in front of a wall with a spotlight, and it's got wanted or missing or dead posters of all the X-Men.
Yeah, I think I have.
Do that with this, but you have Thanos and the Gauntlet, and then you have, disappeared, snapped, this, that, and the other, annihilated. Just different ways to saying how people were vanquished or defeated. It could be damn cool.
Yeah, that would be really sweet. That'd be a hell of an image.
Eddie Max Vandor sent in a super chat that says, next comic, World-Class Bullshitters helps Axel Foley solve a case.
It'd be like that Judge Reinhold dream in Clerks cartoons.
Yeah. I'd love it. We could
Jeff wakes up. No, Axel, don't leave. And then we're like, Jeff, dude, we got to go. It's showtime.
No, it's a nightmare, and we wake up and we're making Pluto Nash 2.
Oh.
I mean, I could settle on fake purse ninjas from Bowfinger, but that's as far as I'll go down the rabbit hole of shitty Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Scott Lang was presumed dead. It says Scott Lang. Yeah, it took me a second to think of his name. Well, she could be dead or missing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to shed any tears if she is.
I'm Banner to take a bigger role in this film to deal with Hank, and maybe they'll figure out, how to harness the quantum realm.
Well, Hank's currently not with us
Hank.
anymore.
I meant to say Scott Lang. I'm so used to look. I have Ant-Man the action figure next to me, but it's the Hank Pym Ant-Man. So I keep looking at it like, oh, it's Plus, I'm thinking about when he smacked his wife around, like in the comic books.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I don't advocate for domestic violence, but that's what he was known for decades.
That's the comic books. That wasn't the movie. There was no Michelle Pfeiffer
or Mekhi Pfeiffer, thankfully.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I don't love him. I don't love him one bit.
I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. He vanished. Maybe he got snapped back in 2007.
Yeah, he made it through Dawn of the Dead. Not through it, but he was in Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 2004.
That's a decent Zack Snyder film. Not the best. It's not better than the original, but it's fine.
No.
So we got Thor, we got Iron Man, we got Captain America, we got Black Widow, we saw Bruce Banner, we saw Hank Pym. Those were the living heroes we saw in the trailer, correct? Nobody else?
Scott Lang, Hank Pym is.
Or God damn it. I'm just gonna say Ant-Man. Fuck. Ant-Man. We saw Ant-Man. He's fine. He's alive.
He is.
I love how people want to send me messages during the show. It's like, I get it, guys. And Scott Lang. And oh yeah, we saw Jeremy Renner, aka Ronan, aka Hawkeye, aka My Family's Dead. I'm now Harrison Ford.
AKA,
Where's my family?
yeah, AKA, I'm still kicking ass, foe.
I'm looking forward to him. He wasn't in the last one, which was kind of weird because I do like the dynamic he brings. So the entire original Avengers team is still alive. We've known that since Infinity War dropped.
Right.
We know Nick Fury and Maria Hill are dead, or at least snapped out of existence. They're dead for the most part. So, seen footage of them time traveling, not footage of time traveling, but like on-set photos of them in the Battle of New York with Iron Man in like a tracksuit thing with different colored hair. We've seen Captain America in his Avengers suit. We've seen in the movie, or the trailer, we've seen him in his Winter Soldier costume. What's going to go down? I guess you could argue or surmise that he went back to that costume because, you know, his other one got defeated or destroyed in Wakanda and all that stuff. But it's a new way to sell you another Hot Toys of Chris Evans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's endless possibilities for what's going to happen, but I got a feeling that time travel is going to have a lot to do with it just because, you know, Doctor Strange, just the way he set that up, he gave up the time stone. He said that he went and he saw all the different possibilities and combinations of how they could win, and they won one of them. And then when he gave up the stone and Tony's like, why'd you do that? He said it was the only way. So clearly Doc knows something's up. And then, I don't know, I got a feeling that it's going to something to do with time travel.
Yeah, by the way, Rocket Raccoon and I guess I've too.
Yeah, Rabbit's still alive.
Yeah, I like him. Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, you don't even know it's Bradley Cooper.
No, and the thing is, I like Bradley Cooper. If I knew it was Bradley Cooper, I wouldn't complain.
No, me either.
You know, I'll put it like this: I did not really give a shit about Rocket Raccoon. Then I saw the movie and I was like, cool, Rocket Raccoon, I like him. Peter Parker, he gone. I don't even care that he's gone. That's not my Peter Parker.
Well, I mean, it's easy for them to be able to replace Spider-Man. All they got to do is dig up Miles Morales. Be like, hey, kid, you're the new Spider-Man now. And then him and Tony run around together all happy. And it's Iron Man 5, Homecoming again.
Jokes on him. Miles Morales was never born. Whew.
Damn.
He snapped through time to make sure he doesn't exist.
Well, that's
Nebula
good.
Here. Nebula looks fine. She survived, obviously. We know from the last movie. There's her. I guess that's her hand, right? Yeah.
Well,
no. Well, yeah, she has a human hand and a robotic hand.
Yeah.
So that would be, it's her right hand, so I guess that's her. Let's see what else. There's Ronan again.
I'm not going to speculate on what other parts of her are robotic or real.
Yeah, I don't want to find out. Oh, there's Peggy Carter. Yeah, see, there's a Civil War, or as a Winter Soldier costume. One thing, too, if you look closely, I think his sideburn length changes. So earlier in the trailer, he looked a certain way when he was crying. And here he looks different, obviously older. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe we're being told way more than we possibly know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the actual little clip. The Thanos armor, like a cross, was pretty damn cool. I guess it's a scarecrow.
Oh, dude, I love that. Yeah, I was going to say, it's just like hanging there like a scarecrow. It's like, damn. That's more like a scare half the universe. You see that shit coming, you know something's about to fucking go down.
Well, the best part is he didn't even... See, I guess his sideburns are like the same length. I don't know. He looks different here than he did in the other part of the trailer. That's just me speculating. But still, that's Captain America.
Snapped together.
I do like the Avengers logo, how it comes out of like the ground and all that shit.
Yeah. I'm probably going to watch that trailer a good 2 or 3 more times today.
Endgame.
So the first thing I did when I woke up, I looked at the clock. I was like, oh, crap, it's after 8 o'clock. I need to watch the trailer.
I thought it was coming out at 9, so I was like, oh, okay. Calmly waiting. And my computer, the reason I didn't go live a couple minutes earlier is because my goddamn computer had to update last night. And then this morning, it's like it stopped working. I was like, oh, Windows. So it's been a rough 12 hours for me emotionally.
Yeah, but you got Smash Brothers, and I saw you one-shot people with that Crocodile Dundee guy.
Oh, King K. Rool, man, I was beating the hell out of those people.
That game's clearly broken if you can just like get somebody down to like 35% and just one punch just drill them. It's like, damn, that's a little OP.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm pissed at you right now.
Why?
Because I was fully intent on buying that game next week. Because I've told you about my work schedule over the next week or so. It's like I literally have probably no time to play this game. I was like, I'm just gonna buy it next Friday. I got the weekend off next weekend. I can sit down. I can just spend the whole weekend playing some Smash Bros. And having a good time. But no, I'm watching you play it last night and having so much fun, and it's so much enjoyable. And the music is playing. It's just like, God, I remember how much fun I had when this game came out last time around. And so I'm probably just gonna go buy it today. It's your fault.
I will. You know what? I'm a little heartbroken right now. I hate to talk about personal stuff. My mom sent me a text message, right? To ask me if I got an email. She spelled my name wrong.
Your mom spelled your name wrong?
She spelled it with a G.
Like Geoff?
Yeah. Yeah. What the hell, Mom? You
Welcome
only named me.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters. I'm your host, Geoff Hikes.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. You know what? The internet's going to know you spelled my name wrong. I'm embarrassed.
That's not going to go away either. Every time somebody sends you anything, it's going to be spelled Geoff.
That I won't answer to that one now. It's like if you can't spell Dion's name, I don't read your messages. If you can't spell my name, I don't read your messages. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Clearly, it's not directed towards me. I will put in my codes for Smash Brothers. I will. People are talking about Jess with a G.
Yeah. Wasn't the Toys R Us giraffe Jeffrey? Wasn't he a Jeff with a G?
Yeah, back then I liked it, but he got Thanos snapped out of existence. So
yeah, no, he got just fucking market shared out of existence.
Yeah, that's sad. Jeff the Iron Wolf, there's nothing wrong with your name, but when your own mother spells it wrong, it stings a little.
Yeah, I gotta see where that's a little unhappy.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks. So have you followed up on any of the video game award stuff that happened last night?
No, because you know how I feel about award shows. I
don't mean the awards. I just meant the games that were announced.
Oh, no, I didn't pay any attention to that at all.
Well, first off, we actually have something that ties into Avengers Endgame. Okay. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, has been announced for the Nintendo Switch. So it looks like it's an exclusive game. That
could be really cool.
It could be, which is weird that Nintendo is getting an exclusive game. I mean, when's the last time Nintendo got a big exclusive like this?
Legend of Zelda.
Well, that doesn't count as an exclusive. They made the property. I'm talking like something that's traditionally third party, like Spider-Man. Over on PlayStation 4, they ended up getting, that one, and that was a great game. Best game of the year for me so far. Yes, even better than Smash. Ooh. But we get this coming out. And did you play the other Ultimate Alliance games?
Yeah, but I've never owned them, but I've always had friends that have had them, so it'd be one of those sit down, let's just beat the shit out of each other and have a laugh for a couple hours type deals.
If it's an online playable game, I'll get us World Class Bullshitters copies, and we'll do an online campaign as a community.
That's fine.
We'll have some fun with that. But the biggest news, I guess, for me was the Mortal Kombat 5 trailer. Excuse me, not Mortal Kombat 5, Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay, I was going to say Mortal Kombat 5. What is this, 1997?
Yeah, man. Bill Clinton. We had a $2 super chat. The message was retracted. I saw it a second ago, but I forgot. But thank you anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny. People are still talking about my mom spelled my name wrong. She didn't just put Geoff. She spelled Geofffery. So it's completely wrong. I know, right?
She went all out on that one.
Grand Inquisitor, thank you very much. Great show as always, Jeff. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for sticking with me for being dead tired this morning. I'm glad you guys are still enjoying yourselves. I love doing it, as you can tell. Even when, I'm barely with it. I got good morning pop culture to do. I got videos, comic book pages, all kinds of stuff to keep you guys entertained. And I just want you to know that no matter what, we're going to make it happen. So I'm glad I have Kendo to tag in this morning to have somebody to bounce off of.
Yep. Always willing. Ready, willing, and Gable.
Oh, God. But this Mortal Kombat trailer, I don't know if anyone saw it. You should check it out because it's actually pretty fucking cool. But it has literally the worst possible musical choice ever.
Is it like Skrillex?
It's kind of like that shit. Yeah, it's some really stupid hip-hop. So you could put like Merle Haggard or Darude or Chumbawamba or anything else. Rick Astley. It would all fit better than this.
I got the idea that Chumbawamba, you would be your Mortal Kombat trailer song is just incredible. Just, we'll be singing when we're and it's like they're walking, all of a sudden, I get knocked out. You just see a guy just get fucking haymakered.
But I get up
And it's
again.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah. And then Kano rips somebody's heart out or something like that. See, that would be awesome.
I bet you somebody's making that right now. They're like, oh shit, they
I
want to see
hope
that.
so. Yeah. Seriously, if you're listening in bullshitter land, and you know how to make shit like that, you go right ahead and you make us a video game trailer for a Mortal Kombat movie to Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. I will not be upset because, fun fact, I actually really like that song, mainly because of the memories associated with that song.
Yeah, see, they're starting to come back to you right now.
Yeah, that was my alarm clock going off.
A simpler time. Jeff, would you agree PS4 Spider-Man is better than MCU Spider-Man? Fuck yeah, I would. PS4 Spider-Man makes me believe in the character again. You guys are meeting me at a weird time. Had you met me with this channel, I don't know, 2011-ish, stuff was a lot better in terms of entertainment. I was excited. I was younger. I was more optimistic. I was more hopeful. Now, shit has gotten bad. Maybe we're all feeling the same way. That's why we're able to find each other as a community and, have this show and everything we do together. But there was a point in time where Spider-Man was my favorite comic book. I'd bought every issue. I'd read it religiously. I'd read Avengers, this, that, and the other. Didn't care. They got weird. But as of now, Spider-Man is back in my good graces. I actually put on a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie the other night when I was working on a page. I was like that. I was that much back into Spider-Man. I was like, yes. And Kendo, did you get rid of your PS4 yet?
Yes, I have.
Damn it. I was saying you should really play this game. It'll definitely keep you interested in that system.
Right.
If you ever get one back.
Get another one again. Yeah, I will. I'll probably next summer or something like that, turn around and just buy one of the ones when they're like really cheap, or get one, secondhand or something like that, just to play that game. But I just couldn't. I had it and I was like, I literally have not turned this thing on in 6, 7, 8 months. I bought it. I've played like 2 games on it, and I'd much rather have like $350 right now than I would this, because it's just taking up space in a box in the corner of my living room.
Well, get yourself the Pro one when you do, because you got a 4K TV, and Spider-Man's optimized to look better.
That's good, because I can see every pixel, all 4,000 of them.
Well, you are like Phil. So a lot of people are talking about the oh, hey, Barbarella Alpha, welcome back. I haven't seen you in quite a while. A lot of people were talking about the shitty rap music for the trailer. When you get a chance, watch that trailer and tell me what you think. The fighting was cool. It was like a pre-rendered cutscene, and it was like a new Scorpion, but then the old Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 3 came back with like the exposed arms and that like puffy vest thing that he wears. So it was nice to see the old designs come back. But, overall, the music ruined it for me. But the Game Awards were interesting. They announced the guy from Persona 5, Joker, as a Smash Brothers character for DLC.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know who that character is. So if you're one of those people out there that are genuinely excited for that character, awesome. Have fun. I don't give a shit about Persona.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, so I don't know either.
Yeah. Dan plays that shit regularly. So did you hear about the Kevin Hart situation?
Yes, I saw that. Is that the one where he's like had to go back and defend some tweets that he's put out like back 10 years ago or something like that?
Yeah, he's leaving the Oscars. So he's going to host the Oscars. Didn't they announce it like 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was not that long ago.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Kevin Hart, still not going to watch it, but it's better than Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
But now, every word you've ever said will come back. Like, for me saying I'm not that excited for the Avengers trailer, I'm going to be like 50 years old, and, oh, my kids are going to school and this and that, so he's going to recognize, like, yeah, man, you didn't really love the Avengers Endgame trailer back in 2018. Who are you, bro? I'm like, who are you, bro? Find out where my kids go to school. Fucking weirdo. But anyway, Kevin Hart steps down as 2019 Oscar host. Comedian relinquishes gig in wake of fresh controversy over past derogatory tweets. So, actor and comedian Kevin Hart has stepped down as host of the 2019 Academy Awards following fresh controversy stemming from a collection of derogatory tweets the comedian posted during 2009 and 2010. So I just got a call from the Academy that's basically said, Kevin, apologize for your tweets. I'll hold. We're going to have to move on and find another host, explained Hart in a statement via Instagram. I'm talking about tweets from 2009, 2010. The comedian initially opted to pass on the apology, explaining that he had already addressed it several times. The same energy that went into finding those old tweets could be the same energy put into finding a response to the questions that have been asked year after year after year, continued Hart. We feed the internet trolls and we reward them. I'm not going to do it, man. Hart has subsequently issued an apology via Twitter, though still stepping down from the hosting duties, claiming that he does not want to be a distraction. I sincerely apologize to the LGBT community for my insensitive words from my past, Hart wrote. And there we go right there. It says it was confirmed in 2019, just days ago. Huh.
Should have
I don't really know what he said, but
I read some of them. They didn't really have a whole lot. It was mostly about his apology because this was yesterday before I guess he stepped down. And it wasn't anything like really horrible, like, oh, gay people are horrible, I hate them. It was more like, more like him just saying that he doesn't want his son to turn out to be gay is pretty much all it was. But it wasn't anything like malicious.
Oh, okay. So, man, Hollywood is cannibalizing their own now. I don't know why the Oscars are. First off, I don't know why the Oscars are relevant anymore. They're really not. They've lost so much of their luster. Black Panther up for Golden Globes and all this shit. These movies aren't really based on merit. They're based on the narrative and who looks good. And I hope there's a convergence, like a point where we all go, that movie kind of sucked. Why did it win an Oscar? And then they go look back at the political climate of the entertainment industry in 2018. They go, oh, no, we were, what? Oh, God, no. Like when Catherine Bigelow won an Oscar for Best Director, that was warranted. That was earned. That wasn't really the narrative. People say, well, the narrative of her beating James Cameron. Yeah, but Avatar sucked dick.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
Hurt Locker, for as much as I don't really like that movie, much better than Avatar. That's a Catherine Bigelow, a woman that won an Oscar, deserved. I'm not saying, didn't What's Her Face win Sue Patty Jenkins from Monster as well as Charlize Theron? Again, big heavy hitter movies, deserved, truly the best of their year. But now we're at a point where things are just judged on, oh, well, it looks good on paper. And I don't want to live in that world. For a while, games were judged like that. Now, I'm not saying everything's back to normal with gaming, but gaming seems to be the thing that goes through the changes and then reverts back to its prime form quicker and more often than anything else. And there's all these gaming controversies, but there are certain constants in the world of gaming that kind of level it out, especially stuff like Smash Brothers, Nintendo stuff. Nintendo seems to be really keeping itself, I want to say, humble for this generation because they've lost before and they don't want to do it again. And plus, go ahead.
I was going to say that there's a big difference. Like, if the gaming industry goes woke, they're going to get hammered hard because, Joe Sixpack and, well, Jane Sixpack now, or Jane Box of Wine, they buy the games. If a game company puts out a shit product, it's gonna get felt in the pocketbook. If the wokesters happen and they award the best movies to shit that pushes an agenda, they're not losing anything because those movies have already been out. Movies have already had their run in theaters. They've already made their money. Yeah, sure, there's like Blu-ray sales and rentals and stuff like that can come later on, but the biggest piece of their pie has already been put in their pocket. Whereas with the game industry, they put a game out and it's, either going to succeed or it's going to fall on its ass. And so that's why they can't afford to be as woke as the Academy.
No. And I think, the thing is, eventually these people are going to die out. It's like a lot of old people that are trying to be, hey, we're on the right side of history. Don't judge us. And there's a lot of people who just don't get it. And, your average everyday consumer, your average everyday moviegoer isn't really the same type of overly sensitive Twitter user that spent hours on Twitter looking for stuff that Kevin Hart said. I don't like Kevin Hart on a comedic level. I don't have any personal bias against him. I don't go, oh man, I hate Kevin Hart. I just don't find him that funny, except in Jumanji. I thought he was pretty good. So when I say stuff like this, it's not a previous dislike, but I feel like Kevin Hart would have drawn in a lot of people that necessarily wouldn't have watched the Oscars. I mean, I've watched online clips with Phil of Kevin Hart on Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon, and Kevin Hart comes off as fine. I can find him okay enough. Like, I won't watch a stand-up or his movies, but as a person, he's okay. And I know he has a huge audience following. And the Oscars kind of hurt themselves unless they get somebody like The Rock. If they get like Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or one of these old lame assholes, like, oh, we're going to bring back Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal's not an asshole. I don't know him personally. But if they bring back somebody like that, they want the numbers. I mean, we had the Oscars have a historically low turnout this past year, 2018. Kevin Hart could have changed that. And I think they should have just weathered the storm of controversy that's really just a non-controversy and moved forward and not worried about it because, the Oscars are a business. They're in the business of selling advertising space. People used to have Oscar parties, get together, stay up late, do all this shit. Now the Oscars are a chore to watch. They're a chore to report on. The movies they choose are pretentious pieces of trash.
Yes.
And people say, oh, well, now they would have put in Black Panther in this. Why? They're trying to appeal to you guys. Shouldn't you be happy? No, because Black Panther isn't a movie judged on its own merit. Avengers or I don't know what else came out. Why isn't Halloween up for a Golden Globe for Best Original Score? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I was blown away by that music. That's something I would vote for. Or, why did Lalo Schifrin have to get a Lifetime Achievement Award but not win an award, for a better score? Or Morricone, it took him till The Hateful Eight to win an award. That there are so many problems that are inherently attached to the Oscars, and I don't think this controversy is going to help them at all.
Nope.
People say it should have been Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. could host the Oscars, and I would still not watch, but I do love the dude.
Yeah, you say if they're like, hey, do you know Robert Downey Jr.'s host of the Oscars? No, that's cool. You going to watch it? Nope.
I think Kendo wouldn't even watch the Oscars if I hosted it.
No, because I've made my feelings on Hollywood award shows very clearly. Just a bunch of rich, slapdicks sitting there patting each other on the back saying job well done for fucking movies that I've never watched, nor will I ever want to watch. So what the hell interest do I have in that? Plus, then, essentially, like over the last few years, fuck you, George Clooney, they've gotten a smugness about themselves where they all their speeches have to do with how they're pretty much changing the world and they're responsible for everything. I think, didn't even Clooney take responsibility for civil rights or something like that in his extra smuggy speech from 10 years ago that South Park lampooned?
Probably. So, the most embarrassing part is George Clooney's from around here, so they treat him differently. His dad came to our school once to talk to us about Darfur.
That was God. Yeah. But yeah, so it's I don't want to watch something that I'm not interested in. I definitely don't want to watch something to see awards given out based on whatever the flavor of the week is this week at Baskin Robbins brings you the award show, and I definitely don't have any desire to be talked down to, especially by a bunch of pretentious douchebags that are only famous because they're dancing chimps that people throw a lot of money at.
Yeah, but you and I have more education than 90% of the people at the Oscars. I mean, yeah, Natalie Portman went to Harvard, but did Jennifer Lawrence finish high school?
No. Probably.
I don't know. She's from Kentucky. I make fun of anybody from Kentucky.
Yeah, so if I ever met Jennifer Lawrence, I'm going to find out if she did finish high school, because if she dropped out and if she's like, I'm Jennifer Lawrence, I can have anything I want, I'll be like, not a high school diploma. Biatch.
Boom. And for those wondering, I don't know, Nick Clooney was on the radio here, but Jerry Springer was our former mayor. So when Star Wars was out in theaters, Jerry Springer was our mayor. And Jerry, it was weird, dude. One day I was in college and I was at the final senior year in one of my last classes. I look out the window and I shit you not, there's our current mayor, or our then current mayor, Mark Mallory, and Jerry Springer looking in the window just at our class. I was like, holy shit, there's Jerry Springer. And everybody kind of looked over.
Yeah, you guys should have instinctively got him, just started firing fucking chairs at each other. Just boom, Jerry.
I loved that show as a kid. It was so bad. It's so 90s.
Dude, the funny thing is, that show started as a serious talk show. Because I remember it as a kid, I'd stay home from school or whatever because I was sick or we had a snow day, and my mom would watch talk show TV. So you'd have Sally Jesse come on, and then Jerry would come on, and Jerry was a legit serious talk show. It's my mom and I haven't spoken in 25 years. Here's why, and it was stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, it was like a Thanos snap, the Snapinator 5000, and one day it turned into, my midget lesbian girlfriend has left me for a black dude. It turns out to be my cousin. What do I do, Jerry? And that's when the shit just kind of started flying, and it was totally different. He took a page out of the Geraldo playbook.
Well, speaking of 90s shit, have you heard the news that MTV is now ready to reboot Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yes, because I'm the one that sent you the link.
I know. Kayfabe is not dead, though, Kendo.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah. God, that would be really cool. I think O'Shea Jackson's involved with that one.
Yeah, not even junior, senior. So MTV is
Yeah.
now all set to bring back the show Celebrity Deathmatch for one more round. The revival of the series will be produced by Ice Cube, who will be leading the all-new show's voice cast. The show will air on many networks and also a few of the services. Celebrity Deathmatch is the newest property as an initiative of Viacom CEO Bob Bakish's plan to revitalize many popular MTV shows. The Real World has been the very first the MTV reboot studio shows and has landed a whole new home on Facebook Watch. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Creators of Celebrity Deathmatch, Eric Fogel, will be the executive producer of the revival with Ice Cube, Jeff Quanitez, and Ben Huritz from Cube Vision. They'll also be executive producers. MTV Studios now aims to have Celebrity Deathmatch on a third-party network in the year 2019 as Viacom tries to monetize its back catalog. Eon Flux, Maid, and Daria are also being revisited as well, though The Real World is the only one to find a home for now. Cube Vision is now... Is that The Rock? I didn't realize The Rock was on Celebrity Deathmatch. I guess it was Rock versus Chris Rock. Shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're excited to grow our partnership with Ice Cube and Cube Vision, blah, blah, blah. The original series ran from 98 through 02. Now, I watched Celebrity Deathmatch all the time. When I would go to like people's houses that had cable, because we didn't have cable growing up, Celebrity Deathmatch was probably the coolest show you could catch on cable in the 90s.
Yes, it was. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I remember the first one that came out, it was during the halftime of one of the Super Bowls, but I was over at my buddy Brandon's house, so I actually set my VCR to record the entire Super Bowl so that I could record the entire Super Bowl and then turn around and as soon as I got home, fast forward through the beginning of the game just to get the halftime for MTV. So I recorded like a 4-hour block of MTV programming just to watch 15 minutes of Celebrity Deathmatch, the very first one. It was awesome.
If only you still had that tape.
I probably do somewhere, but that's those were the days, Edith. And yeah, it was just it was the first one they did, and then it didn't come back again for several months, and then it was just kind of like a special, episode thing where it's like, yeah, welcome to Celebrity Deathmatch and all that stuff. And then it turned into a regular TV show, and I loved it. And they had the video game that came out, but kind of limited. But it was cool for what it was.
I am looking forward to this. I hope with Ice Cube, look, I like Ice Cube enough. I'm not saying I have all this faith in Ice Cube, that Ice Cube's the savior for entertainment, but he's still funny. I mean, people say he went soft with Are We There Yet and shit. No, he went to go make money on Are We There Yet. Go watch 21 and 22 Jump Street. He still has it, Hey, quit fucking around with Korean Jesus. He ain't got time for your shit. He's still funny. I still think Ice Cube has that little bit of that NWA flair inside of him. So I'm hoping that translates well to this show. This is the one of the shows they just talked about in this article. This is the one I'm most excited for because I loved it as a kid. I think now we have dumber celebrities than ever.
Oh, yeah.
Now, look, I don't really want the first episode to be Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. That would be too on the nose and I think kind of off-putting to start. But I want to see Kim Kardashian versus like Kanye West or God, who else? Who would you want to see on here? Kevin Hart versus The Rock, something like that.
Or like The Rock with Kevin Hart riding him like a little Yoda thing, and he's fighting somebody. That'd be good because
The Rock versus Jason Momoa.
Yeah, who will be the last standing Samoan? We'll see. That would be good. I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence versus the paparazzi would be a good one, or Jennifer Lawrence versus High School Education. I don't even know if she's actually got a high school diploma, so we're just speculating here.
I feel like Kim Kardashian would be the best one because she could use her ass as a weapon.
Yeah, or just like the whole Kardashians versus like Ray J.
Ooh, yeah. They should. I know this is for a third-party network, but an adult-themed Celebrity Deathmatch would be much better than just a straight-up like, violent one.
Yeah, because they had some really good ones back in the day. I know one of my favorites is back then growing up was the Gallagher. It was Noel Gallagher versus Liam Gallagher, and that's only because I loved Oasis and I still do. They should go broke so they can get back together. But yeah, that one was great, especially considering the way it ended with Gallagher. The comedian Gallagher came out and smashed their heads with hammers. That was funny. But yeah, they had some really good ones, and I don't want to see it turn into something like Jimmy Kimmel versus some other late night guy, Jimmy Fallon. It's gonna be like, God, I hate both of these guys.
I want to see Kathleen Kennedy take on the Star Wars fan base.
Yeah. If we were writing the show, I could see that happening. But I don't know if the people that would write that show would necessarily go that direction.
If we were writing the show, we'd have Harrison Ford versus Alden Ehrenreich, and it would be ready. Like
Yes.
we'd have this big buildup, and then Harrison Ford would shoot him in the chest, and Alden Ehrenreich just falls over, and that's
Yeah.
it. And he doesn't even speak, and he walks away. People are like, "Oh my god, that was so meta and cool." And
Yeah, it'd be like Cantina scene all over again, except for Greedo played by Alden Ehrenreich.
Thunder Robots, thank you very much. Celebrity Deathmatch, NPCs versus SJWs. Well, aren't they the same? Oh yeah, because they eat themselves. Haha, I get it. Fuck, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, there you go. Clever. He's way too clever for us at this time of day.
Yeah, 4 hours of sleep, 2 cups of coffee, and a Waffle House meal.
Oh
yeah, I went to the house.
God damn, dude, the whiz off of his house.
Yeah, they built. You know, it's really messed up. I go to Waffle House usually once a week on Tuesdays, and the other day Waffle House got robbed, and my mom goes, "Oh my god, did you go to Waffle House today? Are you okay? There was a robbery." I was like, "I didn't go. Here it was the other Waffle House in my neighborhood." She's like, "Never go to that Waffle House. It could get robbed." I'm like, "Fine, Mom. I will never go to the Waffle House by the gym. I'll never."
She doesn't know what Waffle House you go to. She can't spell your name right anymore.
I know, right? Who are you? What year is it?
Yeah, Mrs. Hicks, what happened? You've gone downhill so fast.
She's gone to plaid.
Yeah.
Admiral Tiberius, thank you very much. Jennifer Lawrence versus iCloud.
Oh,
The winner.
Yeah, the winner, everybody.
Chewbacca fan 0824 The Virgin says J-Law is an American treasure, Kendo. Leave her be.
Whatever. She's still from Kentucky.
Yeah. People are saying me, Jeff versus Mundane Matt, Jeff versus John Campia, Jeff versus John Cena. If I'm going to be honest, I would rather team up with John Cena to take down John Campia and anyone else.
How would you know that he was there? You wouldn't be able to see it.
But like this, and he'll never hear this, but it could happen one day, though. Honestly, of all the wrestlers to hang out with, John Cena would be close to the top of my list because if you listen to stories about him, he's kind of like an old frat boy.
Really fucking cool dude.
Yeah, maybe he sucks as a wrestler and is overrated, but I would hang out with John Cena any day of the week. I hate to say it. He sounds more fun to hang out with than The Rock. Stone Cold sounds more fun to hang out than The Rock. Like, as much as I love The Rock and talk about him to no end, he's probably lower on the list of celebrities I'd like to hang out with because, I don't know, he just doesn't seem fun.
Just go look up John Cena, Howard Stern.
I've watched those clips.
Yeah, listen to him on the Stern show. Yeah, he banged a fat girl once because he thought she would appreciate it. It's like, God damn, Cena, helping the people. You're making wishes come true for adults.
Dr. Coffinails, thank you very much. Hank Pym hit Janet once by accident. Don't know what they've done since. P.S. Janet had it coming. Dr. Coffinails, I'll go back and read that issue of Avengers. I don't think it was John Buscema that drew it. Could have been Sal. But I like that era, the post Stan Lee Avengers era. I think that's when it came from. I'll have to check it out. Like I said earlier, it was a hard. I'm kind of amped up on energy now. The caffeine's hit me, dude, and you're here, so I have somebody to talk to. But
yeah,
prior to help. I was just like, oh. I felt like that legless zombie that was just crawling around. But I'm looking forward to this show. But a couple things they mentioned too. Eon Flux. Has anyone out there seen Eon Flux? Have you seen it, Kendo?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would either come on right before or right after Beavis and Butthead during its like original heyday. So I would get bits and pieces of it, but I had no idea what the hell it was, so I didn't ever watch it.
I am a big fan of Liquid Television, the old MTV animation stuff. Back when I was working on stuff before the channel existed, I used to put on Liquid Television and draw pictures all day, in preparation for Stealing Solo that was never written yet. So I had been working, to that show for a while. Eon Flux will be cool. I thought she was a cool character, and I like how she would die essentially at the end of each mission. So I hope they bring him back in a short format and don't try to change it from what it was. Get that same artist. Is it Philip Chang? No. What's his fucking name? It doesn't matter. Hell, bring back Phantom 2049 while you're at that. Jennifer Lawrence. Brown Bunny. We could do all that. Swinging Cod, thank you very much. That's it. I'm throwing in my top tier Patreon card. Kendo, gird your loins because you guys are watching Mother for my entertainment. Oh, motherfucker. We finally had somebody do it to us. Seriously, listeners, we have never had anyone recommend something terrible for Patreon yet. Now we have. Fuck.
He's got to do it first. He just said, is he already a top tier patron?
I'm pretty sure Swinging Cod is.
God damn it.
You know, our number one patron. We had one dude. He's still a patron now. You know him. I won't say his name because I don't want to put him on Front Street. He was 5 times the maximum level at one point. He's like, I don't even want a t-shirt. I just love your show. I'm like, thank you. I want to meet that dude one day. He lives in another part of the world, so it's going to be a tough sell. But one day, we'll high five that man.
He has invited us to hang out.
Yeah, I'm glad you know who it is.
But a lot of people. Oh, I know exactly who it is, and he's a great friend of the show.
He is. What about Head? I remember the Head. You remember that show? The giant Head animated show?
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to reach a point
where Snow.
Al stole his gimmick. But ECW is so small, you can't really get sued for gimmick infringement.
Oh, yeah. Nobody cared back then. You know, Paulie dangerously did whatever the hell he wanted.
It was the 90s. It was a simpler time.
Oh, dude. Not to sidetrack, but did you listen to the latest Shivani?
No, but I was catching up on Eric Bischoff. What'd Shivani say?
Him and Conrad watched December to Dismember.
Which one? 06?
Yeah, the bad one.
Oh, Jesus.
So I finished that off last night after the show. It's I'm just glad you've turned yourself around on what happened when.
Yeah, it's fun. I just really like
question.
I just really like whatchamacallit, Conrad Thompson. You know, if we could have any of those guys on the show, Bruce Pritchard, Tony Schiavone, Eric Bischoff, or Conrad, I'd actually want Conrad because he's like us. I want to know how he got there so we can get there in another medium.
Right. I mean, Conrad would be the ideal one, but the person I'd want to just sit down and talk to for like 20 minutes would be Bischoff. I'd just be like, dude, for those 83 weeks, I mean, was it like fucking walking around with like a 10-foot rod in your pants all day? Just like, I am whooping the shit out of the established competition. Those are the days, folks. The war.
Let's see. Hold Us Muff says, we can do that as top tier patrons. Okay, Jeff, I want you guys to watch Amy Schumer's I Feel Pretty. Hold Us Muff.
God damn it.
I hate to say this on air, but you guys can request these things. You just have to request them via a Patreon message so we know what to watch. So Mother would technically be number 2 on our list because somebody requested Fantastic Four from 2005. So that is the first film we have to watch. Now, Kendo has a weird work schedule for the next, 8 days or 10 days straight?
Starting today, I have to work 8 in a row.
Okay, so you're getting hosed to all these night shifts. So Kendo and Nick are kind of unavailable. So I'm going to wait till the 3 of us can suffer together. But I hate to say it, we'll watch the Amy Schumer movie, we'll watch Mother, and we'll watch Fantastic Four from 2005. Because as patrons, you guys get that stuff. I wish more people would pay attention to their perks because you guys can appear on shows and all that stuff. It's more than just a t-shirt. So just putting that out there.
Jeff, can I quit the show?
You can. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to replace you. I might just have an empty open spot for a while.
Because I don't know.
You'll want to come back again. That's the thing. You'll want to come back. So why replace you?
Can I quit the show for like a week? The week that we do Mother and I Feel Pretty. Can I just quit that week?
You can go on sabbatical. How's that?
Yeah, I'll be like, Kendo's not here. He's dispute right now.
You could pull a Dion and just not show up.
Yeah. Nah, you know me. I don't do that. I'll just pull a Le'Veon Bell and I'll just hold out and be like, I ain't fucking signing my contract. I don't want to watch that movie. No, I couldn't let you guys go through that by yourself.
You're gonna pull a Brian Lape on us and just get old and bitchy.
This movie sucks.
The delts of Amy Schumer are not defined enough.
Jennifer Lawrence doesn't lift enough weight. She's not believable as this timid housewife character with that physique.
I love Channel Dad Brian Lape.
So do I.
His son sent in a super chat the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got the second generation of the Lape family supporting world class bullshitters.
Too late, too anus.
I'm gonna make him those shirts. See if anyone buys them. Dr. Coffinails, just check. Guess it was not by accident. My bad. In relation to the Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne slapping of 1970 something. It's okay, dude. We all make mistakes. Believe me. After you've read 500-600 comic books, they kind of run together.
Yeah. Plus, it was the 70s. I think you could get away with that shit in comic books back then.
Hey, speaking of the 70s, have you? You don't have Netflix, right?
No.
Oh, dude, F is for Family. You should watch that show when you get a chance.
I'll look into it.
It's Bill Burr. It's funny as shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Chewbacca fan 0824 The Virgin says J-Law has an Oscar, so she doesn't need a diploma.
Still, That's one thing that I personally, sitting right here today, could theory someday. Her sitting wherever she's at today, probably on the beach somewhere, being a bitch, could never get a high school diploma if she's never graduated high school. She can get a GED, but a GED is not a high school diploma.
Let's see what else people are talking about. Oh, so we were talking about the MTV thing. One more point I want to make about the MTV revival, and I like the idea of what this guy's doing. This Bob Backish or Bashkish or whatever his name was. With Daria, I loved Daria. I bought it on DVD. I used to watch it as a kid on the noggin. All that stuff. I was a big Daria fan. Please do not make Daria woke. If anything, make Daria make fun of the woke society. I would love to see Daria take that stance because she always poked fun at stupidity in society. You know, the jocks, everything Daria kind of poked fun at. She was an outsider. I hope that they have the balls to make Daria truly what she was meant to be and be the outsider and make fun of both sides. Overt political correctness, this, that, and the other. Like, Daria shows no limits to her ribbing. Like, I want to see Daria just take people and rake them across the coals. Harsh. No fucking, Wait, are people asking about the Avengers trailer that came out like 2 hours ago?
Yep.
Let's see. Judge equals non-woke never happened. Beavis and Butthead did come back.
They did.
Yeah.
About 6 years ago.
And it's sad that it failed, too, because I thought it was damn fun.
Yeah, because it was, I mean, there was no like overt like selling outness. They tried to go back to their original type of shows, like style and comedic stuff. There was some limits, obviously. They couldn't do some of the things that they had done historically just because of standards and practices. Like they couldn't show Beavis juggling the flaming newspapers or anything again, or anything, stuff like that. But what they did have for that short period of time was great.
Yeah, the episode you cried, you were touched when he smelled the onions or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they're old men, and he goes, "You cried or whatever in the rest home." I love that show. Mike Judge. When I talk about the culture war coming up next year, there's a series that I'm working on, or part of the series about King of the Hill and how King of the Hill was so ahead of its time. Like seriously, it made fun of stuff 10 years before we're living it. So it's kind of weird how King of the Hill saw the future. Greg, what's his name? Greg McDaniel? Or Greg Daniels and Mike Judge. Those guys really knew what was going to happen in the future.
Well, Mike Judge definitely knows what's happening in the future. He made that film Idiocracy.
Yeah.
He sees that shit coming.
Billy Ritchie, thank you very much. If they make Daria woke, we riot. You're damn right.
Yeah. That's completely against her character.
Yeah, people ever want to hear us talk about female characters we love. Daria Morgendorffer.
Yeah.
Great show. Watched it.
Diarrhea.
My mom and I used to watch Daria all the time. Remember how they used to call her Diarrhea on Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. Cha-cha. Diarrhea. Cha-cha. That was from the episode where they were like, they were mud wrestling because they were going to go see the female mud wrestling show or whatever. So they were practicing they were going to try to wrestle the women when they went there. And they were practicing by fucking wearing bikini tops and beating the shit out of each other in a kiddie pool full of mud. Couldn't have that on TV anymore.
No, you could not. And that's okay. We would rather have it on the internet. Society's evolved.
That's right.
We also have Kenneth Sungard. Thank you very much. Coming soon, Captain Apathy. I think we already have that superhero.
Yeah, I was going to say that's already here.
Well, I mean, MTV making a comeback's cool. Going to third-party networks, that's cool. I guess people realize that they have some good TV shows. And it's God damn it, Phil. I'm trying to send you a message, but it's not going to be in depth because I'm on the air right now.
He probably realized that nobody cares about the shit they're putting on TV anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. Daria called out tokenism as well. Remember when they made the only black students at the school prom king and queen, and they both knew it was because they were black? Now I remember that.
Yeah.
And then there was Kevin and Brittany, and they were just stupid. Oh, man. Here's a question that Secret Rebel's been trying to ask for a while. Will the stones be destroyed, or will they be handled persons like in the comic books?
I'd think it'd be something like that. I don't think they'll destroy them. I think it'll be one of those things where they just kind of patch them off and send them off to various points of the galaxy.
I wish she would, not she, I wish they would destroy him. Or one gets destroyed. Like the Time Stone will go back to Doctor Strange. Guardians will take whatever. I bet you Star-Lord probably takes the Soul Stone. Or, yeah, because what's her name ain't coming back? Nebula?
Gamora.
Not Nebula. Yeah, Gamora. Shit.
Gamora.
Yeah, she's not coming back. Yeah, she did.
She is dead. Unless they pull some. I know Loki's not coming back. I read a thing the other day that said Loki's death is he's permanent dead. There ain't no comebackness for him.
Well, I'm glad I'm glad he's gone. He was great. I loved it, but I also loved how he died. And I loved how the Avengers Infinity War straight up was just like, oh, you think this is how it's going to go? We kill Loki. The Hulk gets beat up. Heimdall's dead. Yeah, you guys can't handle this. You can't handle Thanos. And you really bought into the... Unlike Kylo Ren, how do you handle Kylo Ren? You just take away what he can't have, so he'll destroy your elevator. You cry like a little boy.
Yeah. Yeah, now I kind of want to see somebody make me a dancing Thanos with the Swan theme. Can you handle this? Can you handle this? I want that now. I really do. I want a dancing Thanos with his gauntlet with all the stones in there and Rich Swan's Can You Handle This song playing in the background. Make it happen, people.
Yes, please make it happen, people. So, Kendo, you heard me lament the death. Well, not lament. Cry over the death of Daredevil, correct? You've heard me discuss that maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Well, they actually have announced why the show was canceled. Or not why, but who canceled it. It's a rumor, excuse me. So it is rumored, if this wants to load, that Marvel canceled Netflix, or Marvel canceled Daredevil, not Netflix. So this is a rumor from animatedtimes.com. So before anybody says, oh, we're making up bullshit, you can check it out for yourself. Yes. A new shocking rumor has revealed that Marvel was behind pulling the plug on Daredevil and not Netflix, as it was rumored before. After the cancellation of Luke Cage and Iron Fist, the cancellation of Daredevil shocked many fans as the series just ended its brilliant third outing, which was loved by both fans and critics. The fans were looking forward to more stories by the show, and it was earlier revealed by co-producer Sam Ernst that they had plans for a fourth season too. This was revealed 2 weeks after the showrunner, blah, blah, blah. So this is coming from Steven Weintraub from Collider again, the editor-in-chief, the same guy who said there will be Star Wars footage by Christmas. We'll have to see. But I know you don't watch this show, Kendo, but take my word for it. It was damn fine. And they canceled it for no reason.
Lots of positive things.
Yeah. By the way, people said I should nominate you for the High Council.
Okay. I can't guarantee I'll be there every Tuesday, but whatever. I'll take it.
No, but I think this is all part of Disney's bigger plan to get everything corralled into what they own. I guess from a business standpoint, fine. That makes sense. You got to respect it. From a fan standpoint, you're getting it. We've seen it before. And for anyone out there that says, well, how do you know this? Blah, blah, blah. Guys, Spectacular Spider-Man, greatest Spider-Man cartoon ever made, got canceled. Disney created their own Spider-Man cartoon, the worst Spider-Man show ever made. And the sequel to that is pretty goddamn garbage as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Marvel will carry on and bring Daredevil back on a new platform, but make it the same show that we all know and love.
Yeah, so I guess that's just Disney consolidating their power. We're going to bring Daredevil over to the MCU.
Yeah.
He's ours. He's our Daredevil. He ain't your Daredevil. He's our Daredevil.
You sound like an old Irish priest.
Oh, he's our Daredevil. He's our Lucky Charms.
Jesus.
Cold.
I know. Cold-blooded is right. So, Kendo, is there anything you think we should cover this morning before we close out Good Morning Pop Culture for the week?
I think we could cover the fact that our fans clearly watch Mother.
Yeah, and Amy Schumer's I Feel Pretty.
Yeah. See, that one's not going to be... All right, so Mother's not going to be fun because I tried watching it. I told you guys, last year on New Year's Eve, I tried watching Mother. You know, I had my low-key Kendo New Year's Eve here at the camp. Did some stuff during the day, and then I sat down. I was like, I'm going to try to watch Mother because, like I told you guys, I want to be able to shit on the movie, and I can't shit on the movie if I've never watched it. I turned it off halfway through because it was that fucking dumb. I was just like, I can't do this. Yeah, but if we watch I Feel Pretty, it'll be the three of us being very uncomfortable, and Dion will be there, but the only thing we're going to hear from him is, yeah, Dion, what's that weird slappy sound going on over there? Stop it.
Yeah, but like, hey, Dion, quit beating it on the show.
Yeah. Dion, people don't Amy Schumer. Stop it.
No, folks, yeah, we'll do those for Patreon, and we'll also be figuring out how to set up our Nintendo Super Smash Brothers Patreon hangouts in the coming days. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning, maybe even tonight. Who knows? I got an idea. I'm not going to tell you guys unless I can get it together. I'll tell Kendo off there because, privilege of being a bullshitter. But we'll figure out the secret plan. You may see some Smash Brothers tournament action tonight, sooner than you think. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But Kendo, thanks for backing me up, man. I was about to, fall down and not get back up, but you pulled in the hot tag, and I think we won this match.
Yeah, tag team morning show champions of the world.
Woo! We just made up that title and gave it to ourselves.
Yeah. That's right. But yeah, anytime, man. I'm always willing to jump in and swing for the fences whenever I can. You know when I'm available.
Oh, I do, and I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow with some fun. Tomorrow night with some game fun. Hell, I don't know. We'll do some kind of stream tomorrow night. I'm going to be working on videos. I'm going to be working on the comic book. That's moving along nicely. Like I said, for all those out there who backed it, first off, thank you. Secondly, your early bird certificates are on their way to me, which means all I got to do is go get 1,400 labels printed and an additional 1,400 envelopes. Thankfully, though, Kendo, when you print such large numbers of shit, they come out really cheap. So,
well, yeah, it's like buying in bulk.
Well, I like that because it's like, oh shit, I have to send off 1,500 things. Yeah, but thankfully, the price of these early bird certificates are just going to be the price of a stamp in an envelope. So I think I can afford that one. But
there you go.
Yeah. So it looks like somebody. Wait, were they trying to say Jeff get some rest? I don't know. People are now having fun that my mom spelled my name wrong. I'm embarrassed. I should just delete this show from existence.
That's something that could be done too. Which we'll know what happened.
I should Thanos snap this episode and it's gone.
Yeah. You snap and half of our content disappears.
That would suck.
What happened?
What happened when? Jeff snapped his fingers.
Without question.
Oh, God. All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching. We appreciate everything you guys do. Check out another video on the YouTubes somewhere, and be prepared for some Smash Bros. Gameplay. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to unlock some characters, and I'll be back Monday morning, well-rested and ready to go with Good Morning Pop Culture.